Hey guys, it's Craig with Patriot Training Center, and today I have a video talking to you about my experience that I'm having with the red dot. So I am a iron sighted shooter. I use my iron sights for everything, and I've just recently started using a red dot. So really what I'm just going to be talking about is kind of what I've seen with the red dot, kind of how I've had to change some things, and just how I actually view the red dot, and really how I view target focused rather than sight focused. So one thing I found very helpful is being very target focused. So with a red dot, since it's just a window, all I have to do is look at the target and then overlay the red dot onto the target. So it means, one, I don't have to line up 3 bumps on my iron sighted gun, so my rear sight and my front sight. I only have to look at the target and overlay that dot on the target. So I find it to be very precise, and it's very quick for me. So that actually transitions into our next point, and that is finding my sights quicker. So at first it was a little difficult because I haven't practiced with the red dot, but once I got the red dot and I actually dry fired with it a lot, I realized that I can see my sights a lot quicker, and I don't have to really worry about it as much, as long as I just see that little red dot exactly where I need to be, and I can press the trigger straight to the rear. So the third thing that I've noticed is I have both eyes open now. So that's an advantage because now I can see what's going on this side of the world. So for example, if for some reason I would have to use my gun, I'm not gonna see, if I have one eye closed, I'm not gonna see a person who's maybe running from this side and about to cross my line of fire. Instead, now with a red dot, I can now see everything that's going around me, and now I can see that if this person is gonna run in front of me, I know that I can just go down to the ready now and not have to worry about anything. So a fourth thing that I've noticed with the red dot is it's a great dry fire training tool. I feel like I've gotten a lot better with being able to diagnose my grip, my sights, and my trigger press, just because now I can see that dot very precisely, and I can see whether or not it's moving low and left, or I can see if it's going straight down so I'm flinching, or I can see any of these other tiny details that are screwing up me shooting properly, fast and accurately. And that's been a very big help to me, because now when I move back to iron sights, I now know that what I'm seeing with my sights is now a lot more precise than what it was beforehand. That ties into my next thing, because now when I switch back over to my iron sights, I realize that my presentation and the way I grip the gun is now a lot better, because now my sights, when I switch over to my irons, is now a lot more on target. It's what I'm basically talking about is just that now I'm seeing my sights every single time, and they're exactly centered and they're perfect almost every time now. And that's really because with the red dot, I've noticed that my grip and the way I was drawing out of the holster was not exactly perfect. It wasn't I wasn't making sure that everything was locked in and perfect, because with the red dot, if you're off even a little bit, it's either not in the window at all, or it's just not where you want it to be at all in any way, shape, or form. So that's really just helped me translate that over to my iron sights. But with the red dot, I'm just a lot quicker. That's another thing with it, is it's just so much quicker. My speeds increase dramatically, because now I'm not having to worry about that front sight dropping back down into that window. And now all I have to see now is just that red streak where I want it to go, and I can just see the dot bouncing off of the target exactly where I want. And now my groups have shrunk, and I'm a lot more precise. So the final and last thing that I've noticed is shooting at distance. So I've always had a problem with distance, especially when I was shooting with iron sights. And that's because the iron sights are so big that the front sight and the rear sight are take up the whole target. And the problem with that is I can't tell really how much I'm off, not by a lot, until I really go and look at the target. With the red dot though, I can now see exactly where that dot actually is, whether or not it's top of an 8-inch circle, bottom of an 8-inch circle, or left or right. Now I can see that it's exactly dead center, right where I want it to be, and now I can control that shot, and I can shoot faster at those distances too now because of that. Now, I've only really been shooting with the red dot for about a month now, or something like that, and the only reason why I've been able to make these adjustments so quickly, and the reason why I feel like I can talk about my experience with this, is because I've dry fired so much now with the red dot, and with my irons that now I can tell that if I switched over to a red dot, I'm gonna be fine. I just dry fired enough that I know that that's not gonna be a problem, and I can actually put it on my person to carry now. I'm gonna feel very confident with that. But the only way I did that was through a dry fire program. And I wanna give you guys that exact dry fire program that I used to do that red dot, and it's down in the description. It is a free 30-day dry fire program. Again, that's free dry fire program. It only takes 10 minutes a day, and it'll get you where your skills need to be, whether or not you're using irons or a red dot. So with all that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.